Alright, so we're going to start with problem 3 here. The volume of a large can of tuna fish can be calculated using the formula V equals pi r squared times h. Write an equation to determine the radius r in terms of V and h. I'm not going to finish reading the rest of the problem because I want to take care of one aspect at a time. And this is telling me to find r. Remember that when we are asked to find a letter, our goal is to get that letter by itself. And currently, in our formula, V is by itself. So we're going to have to do some rearranging. The first thing I'm going to note is that pi and h are being multiplied to our r. And I'm going to take care of that first by doing the opposite. The opposite of multiplication is division. I could divide by pi and h at the same time or one at a time, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to first divide by pi. I'm going to cancel this out. This is what I'm left with here. Now, this might be where we get a little stuck because now we have many division bars. But all that's going to result in is this r squared will end up being by, I made a mistake. So when I'm dividing by h, the pi and the h will end up both being in the denominator there. Unfortunately, the r is not by itself because I still have that squared symbol. So in order to eliminate something squared, the opposite is the square root, and that's what we learned in our last unit. So we know that those two cancel. The results, which I'm going to write over here, is that r will equal the square root, and I'm putting all of these variables and the pi symbol within that square root sign. Everything is in there. So that is the first thing, writing the equation, finding r. It says in terms of v and h, and that's what I did, v and h being on the other side of the equation. So I'm still good for there. I'm going to change my color here, and now we're going to look at this second part. It says determine the diameter to the nearest inch of a large can of tuna fish that has a volume of 66 cubic inches and a height of 3.3 inches. Underlining my important information here, they give me a height and a volume. Some of us might not know what a diameter is. That's okay. The one thing you do need to know is that a diameter is equal to 2 times the radius, which is what we have right here. So there's two steps involved. The first one I'm going to do is replace the v and h for my values in the problem. Pi is a number, so I will show that on the calculator, how we can access pi. I'm going to put in this in the calculator and get. So here we are with the calculator. I'm going to put just what's inside the square root first. To get the pi button, I'm going to press shift followed by exp, so I see the little pi symbol down there, times 3.3. From here, I want to take the square root of this, so shift x squared button, and then to put that number in the square root, shift negative sign. If you're not sure how to do that, you can definitely call me over while you're working to see how it looks on the calculator that you're using. So I get 2.5 blah 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 blah. Fortunately, my problem is asking me to round to the nearest inch. So I'm going to put 2.5, but if I round that to 3, but wait, not done, because again, it asks me for the diameter. So coming back up here, my diameter is 2 times my radius, which is 3. I get 6. Don't forget to add units, and that is your final answer.